Before we start, I would give you the chance to offer Florence some flowers and see if she finally
You know what's
accepts
going to
them.
happen.
I know, I do.
Let's see.
Thank you so much. Do you want the bag?
For you.
Every time.
Thank you.
Now, Cillian, obviously you're no stranger to a Nolan movie, but this is your first time stepping into a leading role. So what was your reaction when, you got the call? And Florence, for you, what was the reaction? Because this is your first Nolan movie.
It was a complete and utter shock. That's Chris's kind of MO. He just calls you out of the blue when the script is finished and they know that they're shooting. And it was Emma, his wife and producer, that called me. And I genuinely didn't know anything. And it's one of those calls that you get a few times in your career if you're lucky, and this was one of them. So, I had to sit down and then begin to process, and then immediately you start to go to work. That's your kind of instinct, is the joy is amazing and the kind of elation, and then it's like...
Let's get into it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
All America's industrial might and scientific innovation connected here.
Similarly, however, I didn't really know what was going on or what it was that was being made, except I knew that Chris really, really wanted me to know that it wasn't a very big role, and he understands if I don't want to come near it. And I was like, it doesn't matter. Even if I'm a coffee maker at a cafe in the back of the room, let's do it.
Yeah.
But no, it was obvious, and we met for a drink in New York at the time when I was currently shooting A Good Person, and it was at the end of a shooting day, and I remember he was actually doing a scout the next day, and it was just it's one of those bizarre moments in your career where you're like, I'm meeting Christopher Nolan at the end of my shooting day, oh my God. And I remember he apologized by the size of the role. I was like, please don't apologize, please. And then he said, we'll send you the script, and honestly, you just read it and you decide if it's like, I completely understand the sizing thing. And I remember even when I got the script, being like, I don't need to, I know I'm gonna do it. So it's like, so yeah, it was huge.
There's a moment in the movie that I really love where we see Oppenheimer and he's wearing this army uniform, and someone says to him like, "What? This isn't you. You're a scientist.
Yes.
Why are you wearing that?" And I think it really highlights how clothing can help us unlock and harness ourselves and who we are. So for you guys, with the costumes in this film, how did it help in unlocking these characters and finding out who they were for you?
That's a great question. He after that moment in the film, and if you remember, he kind of in our story, he puts on the hat and picks up the pipe, and it's him kind of creating this persona. It's him kind of self-mythologizing, and we worked very closely with our wonderful costume designer to design the clothes, and particularly I wanted to get his kind of his silhouette, because he was very fragile. He was very, very slim, and I wanted to get that silhouette right. And weirdly, Chris sent me a couple of shots of David Bowie, certain periods in David Bowie's career, like the Thin White Duke, and like him around the Young Americans time. So he had these massive trousers, and he was so emaciated but
Tiny.
so cool. So we used that weirdly for inspiration for some of Oppenheimer's trousers.
But also he ate bad, like an unhealthy diet, didn't
Oppenheimer.
he? Yeah.
He barely ate.
No, but I heard along the way that he ate like peanut butter and chocolate stuff on sauce, on toast.
Yeah, and
then was tiny.
Yes, and then would drink copious martinis.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so gonna say to that, what is your guy? How do you guys take your martinis, or is there a specialty drink that you guys love to make?
I actually do like martinis. That is actually the drink that I had with Christopher Nolan. So
was it?
yeah, I had a martini.
How very apt.
I know. I have it with a twist, no vermouth, and extra cold.
Love that.
Oh, I'm less sophisticated. I'm more like a dirty old pint of Guinness.
Yeah.
Not dirty though. You want the smooth top.
It's just a figure of speech.
Right. The lipstick rim around the glass.
I mean, everyone calls me Kill always, and if people call me Cillian, I get nervous. So everyone calls me Kill.
I've had Flopsy.
Aww.
Flopsy by my gran. And then when I worked with Chris Pine, he loved it so much that he started calling me Flopsy. Flopsy.
Flopsy. I love that. Bloody love that. I'm Claire Bear.
Claire Bear. Lovely to meet you.